What's up, people? It's your man Joshua Pondexter, coming to you live, multi platforms, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. We're putting it in, getting it in today, coming to you a little early. Typically on Wednesday, we go live at noon, but we got clients to see, so we're going to get this information out to you. So today we're going to be talking about the role of neuro linguistic programming and goal setting, right? Um, I've added an N on that, so it's kind of misspelled, right? NLP, right? Neuro without the N, linguistic programming. So we're going to be talking about that, how we utilize that in goal setting, um, how to scientifically run your brain, right? We are blessed with something that's more powerful than AI, right? It is this brain. So it is estimated that we only use 10% capacity of the brain because we don't know how to scientifically use it. We have to learn it. So, what does it look like to be using 20, 30, 40, 50% of your brain? It is amazing what this brain can do. So the brain is divided into two segments. That's the conscious brain. We're conscious of what we're doing now. I can feel my hands. I can see myself. I can hear myself. I'm conscious of my environment, on what's going on, right? And then there's the non-conscious brain. I don't call it the unconscious brain. It's the non-conscious brain because it's not unconscious. It's always on, always on. So, but we need to know how to program that part of the brain. We need to know how to tap into it, right? And so modalities like NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, can help us do that, can help us tap into that most powerful resource, that non-conscious brain, so that we can actually begin to tap into that powerful AI that you have. Neuro, dealing with the brain; linguistic, dealing with language programming, a set of instructions to get something done, right? Neuro linguistic programming. So let's just jump right into it. As always, we're going to share something with you. So, NLP, neuro linguistic programming, right? How long is that the first one? No, we're going to keep on going back. So, the role of NLP and goal setting. Neuro linguistic programming, NLP, is a way of changing someone's thoughts. Who is the someone? You. And behavior to help achieve desired outcomes for them. It may reduce anxieties and improve overall well being. The popularity of neuro linguistic programming, or NLP, has been widespread since it started in the 1970s, right? So, my profession, I'm a salesman. So, a lot of salesmen are aware of these techniques, right? Because we're trying to improve ourselves, and then we're trying to change other people so that they can take advantage of the benefits of the products and services that we offer, right? So if you're a salesperson, I would suggest that you look into NLP, right? There's Teach Yourself. There's YouTube. There's a bunch of YouTube stuff up there now, right, about this modality, right? And so let's keep going. NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, is a pseudoscientific approach to communication, personal development, and psychotherapy, right? So we're not a clinician. So we're not, so the only person I'm going to be doing some psychotherapy on is myself. I use these techniques and modalities to deal with myself. And then communication. Everybody's like, communication is the key. You must be able to communicate in personal relationships. Oh, I want a communicator, right? So the first person you must communicate with yourself. You must be honest, open, and transparent with yourself. If you broke, admit you broke. If you uh, don't have the knowledge, admit you have. That's proper communication so that you can make the changes. Neuro-linguistic programming can also benefit those who do not have a serious mental illness but are interested in personal growth, a powerful human need that can bring fulfillment to our lives, right? So we can utilize these techniques for personal development. Neuro-linguistic programming is a psychological approach that involves analyzing strategies used by successful individuals and applying them to reach a personal goal. Okay. It relates to thoughts, language, patterns of behavior learned through experience or specific outcomes. So we're going to break that down. That means modeling. You need to find someone to model, a successful person, and you're going to get close enough to that individual to uh, see how they think, right? See the language that they're used, see the pattern of their behavior, what time they get up in the morning, do they work out, do they eat properly, right? So that's the approach, modeling someone, right? Very powerful to NLP, neuro linguistic programming, right? So NLP, how long does it take to learn neuro linguistic programming, right? So I'm a teach myself type person, right? So I've got books on the topic. I attended a seminar or two along the way, and then I began to practice this modality on myself, right? And then utilize it in my sales profession, right? So the average length of study, depending on the program, you can learn neuro-linguistic programming in 1 to 2 weeks or seminar time, right? So you can take some seminars on it, right? And I advise for you to look for seminars, or hey, you have to get some books and go to YouTube, right? Some tools and techniques from NLP. So here's some tools. Imagine, right? You got to use your creative imagination. Imagine an image of someone who annoys you. Concentrate on how the picture appears in your mind. So this is a tool. It's called the swoosh technique, right? So someone's annoying you at work, in your home, and you want to deal with it. So imagine, because it's irking you. It's causing you discomfort, real discomfort. So how are you going to deal with that? Can't get rid of the person because they're a coworker or their spouse, right? Make the image smaller. So now you have that person in your mind. So you can make that image smaller, put it in black and white. The image is moving away from you. Notice how this make you feel. So now you have taken that image of that annoying person, you have made it small, you have made it black and white, and you move that image away from you, right? So now all those strong emotional feelings will begin to disappear about that annoying person, annoying situation, right? Imagine a picture of something that makes you feel good. So you can not only use this to get rid of annoying synaptic patterns in your brain, you can also imagine things that make you feel good. It's kind of cold here in Chicago. So in my mental movies, I can sit back and I can imagine myself on a tropical island where it's warm, and I'm laying or sitting out on the beach, soaking up the sun. And so I can take that imagination, I can make myself feel good. This is one of the techniques of neuro linguistic programming so that you can scientifically run your mind. So, what are the 5 steps in LLP? To summarize, the 5 phases of natural language processing as experience in the theory for compilers design programs or so. Neuro-linguistic program is a combination of thought therapy, which is a practice of clinicians to help their patients, and computer programs. So these two things were combined together to run your brain, right? Lexical and morphological analysis, syntax analysis, pairing, semantic analysis, discourse integration, pragmatic analysis, right? So these are the 5 phases. I'm gonna give them to you quickly because this is some very high level stuff, high level skills that you can learn to, hey, heal yourself, right? You can heal yourself. Talking about trauma, stuff that you're going through, you can learn these modalities and heal yourself or aid yourself with the help of your therapist, right? Phase number 1, lexical or morphological analysis. The first phase of NLP is word structure. So how you structure the words that you are communicating, which is referred is to lexical or morphological analysis. So how you are structuring these words, because when you begin to speak, you need to measure your words and figure out how you're going to communicate in the most effective way to someone. A lexicon is defined as a collection of words and phrases in a given language. We speak in English, right? So we want to be able to clearly communicate, right? With the analysis of this collection being the process of splitting the lexicon into components, right? So we have the components, right? The beginning, the middle, the end. What are we going to say in the beginning? What are we going to say in the middle? What are we going to say in the end? So we're structuring our communication, right? Based on what users set as parameters, paragraph, phrases, words, and characters. So that's our language. That's the English language, right? So you need to master the lexicon, right? If you're going to be an effective communicator, if you're going to be an effective salesperson, business owner, parent, whatever you want to be, whatever your role is in life, communication is the key. If you're going to effectively communicate with yourself, others, motivate people to do certain things, you have to get these words together and how these phrases and phraseology of things can match to have the most impact. Phase number 2, syntax analysis. Syntax analysis is the second phase of natural language processing because we're processing this. This is technical, right? Syntax analysis or parsing is a process of checking your grammar, right? Words arrangement, and overall the identification of relationship between words and whether those make sense. So communicating with somebody, you got to make sense. Your words have to make sense, not a bunch of word salad, throwing words out there, hoping to stick. No, we're going to communicate. We're communicating with ourselves, right? We're communicating with that powerful non-conscious brain, right? The process involves examination of all your words and phrases and the sentence and structures between them. This is where it's very important to read and write, right? So that you can see professional writers who are structuring, they use all of this. They use all, trust me, and you can use it too. And you can be a more effective communicator, communicating with yourself, with your spouse, with your business partners, with your customers, clients. Phase 2. Let's go to phase 3. Phase 3, semantic analysis. Semantic analysis is the third stage in NLP when an analysis is performed to understand the meaning in a statement. So you got to understand these words, right? This type of analysis focuses on uncovering the definitions of words. You need the words that you're using, You need to know what they're saying. You don't need to sound like you just got out of prison and been reading the dictionary, right? You need to understand the words, the definitions of the words that you're using, so you can communicate with people. And you need to understand that that person may not know what euphuistic colloquialism is. You don't need to be using fancy words to simple people, right? Phrases and sentences and identifying whether the way words are organized in a sentence makes sense, right? So you semantics analysis. So is this what I'm about to say? Is it make sense? So that's how fast this brain calculate. You can run all that through this brain. Phase number 4, discourse integrations. Is this thing integrated? Is it cohesive? It's the 4th phase in NLP. Simply means contextualizing, right? In context. Am I talking in context, or I'm talking out of context, creating a pretext? Or am I communicating? Am I staying with the topic, right? Discourse integration is an analysis and identification of the larger context for any smaller part of natural language structure, phrases, words, or sentences. So I'm taking my phrases, I'm taking my words, I'm taking my sentence, and I'm integrating it in a manner that I am programming myself, right? And so I'm programming myself for success. And then I'm just going to drop some on you here and let you know that with neuro-linguistic programming, you can program yourself for failure or you can program yourself for success. There's no in between, right? So if you look at somebody like, wow, why is that person? They look like they tried hard, but every time something happens, something short circuits. Listen, that person is programmed for failure, but they won't admit it, right? They won't go like, wow, I didn't spend all this time, this negative language, this negative environment I'm in, and I have programmed myself for failure. You can change that, right? Start listening to positive information, positive word affirmation, all that, right? You can program yourself. Then you got to be pragmatic. Some people have problems being pragmatic. Pragmatic analysis involves the process of extracting meanings from the use of language, right? So words have meanings, and translating a text using gathered knowledge from all other NLP stuff performed beforehand. So your pragmatic analysis, you have looked at phases 1 through 4, and then you're going to analyze, am I communicating properly here with this person? This person, and then you keep working, because sometimes when I'm communicating with someone, I'm going like, no, don't. Saying, man, that person, something wrong with them. No, nothing's wrong with that person. Something's wrong with your communication, Joshua, where you cannot use words and phrases and sentences to get that person to understand. I need to make it simple, or I need to make it more complex? So as I stated before, I'm a professional salesman, and so I talk to plumbers, I talk to doctors, I talk to engineers, bus drivers, school teachers. So my words must match the person who I'm speaking with, right? So here's a book recommendation, Psycho-Cybernetics, by the originator of this, Maxwell Maltz, Dr. Maxwell Maltz, right? So it's updated and expanded. Tap into the power of your subconscious mind, right? Go into that subconscious, what he called it, I call it the non-conscious mind, to improve your self-image. Because if we're talking about achieving goals and you want to be a millionaire, until you improve that self-image of yourself, it'll never happen. That's the limiting belief, right? Your self-image. How do you see yourself, right? You're 6 feet tall, but you're acting like you're 5 feet, right? Because your self-image is that small, right? Learn to use positive past, right? So learn from your victories in the past. to bring them into the future. You have evidence that you can do it. Develop compassion, self-respect, and forgiveness, right? So, hey, because when you're working on yourself, you're giving yourself grace, you're giving yourself self-respect. You can absolutely give that to another human being, right? Cultivate the power of rational thinking. We live in a world where people are irrational, emotionally unstable, right? Get yourself together. Do some psycho-cybernetics, right? Do some NLP. Discover the keys to a happier, more successful life. There are keys to success. There are patterns to success. Also, there's a psycho cybernetics foundation. They have other books called Zero Resisting Selling. I would recommend that for a salesperson, because if you're going to be a professional salesperson, you don't need no resistance, right? You need to know how to bring people, because when you start to talk to people, their resistance is 100%. You need to learn how to bring it down to zero, or as close as possible for you to offer your stuff, right? Zero resistance selling, zero resistant living. The psycho cybernetic foundation, which you can find online, has books upon books and tapes upon tapes to help you improve yourself, program yourself. This is what is valuable. Programming yourself, and so yes, sir, brother Kevin. It's a big deal, right? So listen, people. How does this go in goal setting, right? So if you learn these techniques, if you learn how to analyze yourself, if you learn how to rewire your synaptic patterns in your life, things that are hurtful and harmful, things that are holding you back, how to go in, and that switch technique that we talked about, how that you can take an image or a situation and you can take it out of the bright red colors and make it black and white, move it far away from you. You can move it so far away from you it will disappear. You can do all this in your mind. This is, man, this this thing is more powerful than AI. Don't get excited about AI. The creator have gave you something better than AI. Learn how to use it. A scientific way to run your brain. It's a life changer, right? You can change your life, but the only way that you can change your life is you must manage yourself. You must manage your resources. So the most powerful resources that you have is this brain. There's nothing more powerful. And we take it for granted because it's free. It was given to us at birth. Develop it, use it for your benefit. Learn how to make your brain serve you. Learn how to give that subconscious mind orders, right? Instructions, programming, and then you can go about and do something else, right? You can go on working. You can lay down, go to sleep, give that orders, and when you wake up in the morning, that brain will deliver to you the solutions, right? It will deliver to you the processes that you need to get something done, right? Neuro-linguistic programming, commonly known as NLP, and goal setting. So the year's not over, but we're getting ready for 2024. And the thing that's holding us back, because anybody can write their goals down. Anybody can write out copious details of, this is what I want to accomplish. This is how much money I want to make. This is where I want to live. You can write that all in grandiose detail, finite details, right? But if you don't go in this brain and do the other work, writing down is 35% of goal setting, writing the goal down, right? The other work is the internal work that must be done, right? Once again, shameless plug, go to joshuapondexter.com, schedule yourself a business consultation. We provide business coaching, things of that nature to help you take yourself to the next level, right? As always, people, in parting, we wish you peace, love, and soul. Bye for now.